Tables, links and forms in HTML. Earlier you have learnt about the various HTML tags that help in making your web page presentable. Now you are aware how to create lists and insert images in an HTML document. In this chapter, you will explore some other important HTML elements such as tables, hyperlinks, marquee and forms. These elements make your HTML document interesting. Let us learn about each element in detail one by one. Table elements. Suppose your teacher asked you to create a timetable. How will you like to display it? Of course in tabular form, because data presented in tabular form is easy to read and understand. A table arranges data in the form of rows and columns. In this section, you will learn how you can create a table in HTML. HTML table tags. The table tag is used to create a table in HTML. It is a container element, for it begins with a table tag and ends with a closed table tag. The table tag itself cannot create a table. It requires three other basic tags within it to form a table in an HTML document, which are tr tag, td tag and th tag. Let us learn about the basic tag in detail with the help of this table. Example 1. Type the following HTML code to create a table in HTML. Save the document as an HTML file. Open it in a browser. The output will look as shown here. Table tag attributes. Here, notice that your table does not have any border around it and within it, but you can apply a border to your table using border attribute. Let us learn about the various attributes of table tag as explained here. Example 2. Type the HTML code as shown here. Save the document as an HTML file. Open it in a browser. The output will look as shown here. Example 3. Type the HTML code as shown in this figure. Save the document as an HTML file. Open it in a browser. The output will look as shown here. Row and column tags. You have learned how to change the appearance of a table using the table tag attribute. Now let us learn how to format an individual cell and its content. As discussed earlier, tr, td and th tags are used with the table tag to create cells, rows and columns in an HTML table. Therefore, to format a specific cell, row or column, you need to learn about the attributes that can be added to the tr, th and td tags. This table explains the attributes of tr, th and td tags. Example 4. Type the HTML code as shown here. Save the document as an HTML file. Open it in a browser. The output will look as shown here. Linking. The term linking in general refers to connecting one thing to another. Similarly, in HTML, you can link one section to another or one page to another. In HTML, linking is known as hyperlinking, and objects that represent this function are called hyperlinks. A website consists of multiple web pages. Hyperlinks connect these web pages to each other. A hyperlink could be a word, phrase, an icon, or even an image. Clicking on a hyperlink takes you to another document which has a different URL, web address. Hyperlink enables you to directly jump from one topic to another within the same web page, or takes you to another web page or to another website. From this explanation, you can learn that how important are hyperlinks in the formation of World Wide Web, www. Types of HTML links. The anchor tag. In HTML, the hyperlinks are defined with the anchor tag A. It is a container element, for it has an opening A and closing tag A. The anchor tag has an essential attribute called href. The href attribute specifies the destination of the link. The href attribute stands for hypertext reference. The syntax is a href equals to file name or URL, hypertext, close tag A. Hypertext refers to the text that links to other information. External linking specifies the URL, complete web address of the page as href value. A href https://www.wikipedia.org, Wikipedia, close tag A. Local linking specifies only the page name as href value, since it is local to the current server. A. href contact details.html contact us close tag A. Email linking specifies mail to followed by the email address. A. href mail to abc_computer@gmail.com. Click here to send an email, close tag A. Download linking specifies the URL of the file available for download. A. href file URL-zip. Click here to download, close tag A. Specifying colors for links. A link has 3 states: unvisited, visited, and activated. HTML lets you to override the text link colors. You can define the text link color in the body tag. The syntax is body link equals yellow, v-link equals pink, a-link equals green. To understand how to create and add links in HTML, consider the following example. Example 5. First of all, you need to create a main file which contains the hyperlinks to another page. Type the following HTML code. Save the document as an HTML file. Assign the name summerholidaydestinations.html. Open the file in a web browser. The output of the above coding is shown here. You can clearly see that Darjeeling is the only link in the page. Example 6. Now let us create the HTML code to create the content of the Darjeeling link. Type the following HTML code. Save the file with the name darjeeling.html. Now click on the Darjeeling link in the previous page, that is Holiday Destinations. Or open the file in a web browser. The output will be as shown here. Image links. In this section, you will learn how to use an image as a link. Clicking on this image opens a different web page. To use an image as hyperlink, use the img tag within A, close tag A. The syntax is A href equals to summerholidays.html, img src equals summerholidaydestination.jpg, close tag A. Example 7. Let us add an image as a hyperlink. Open the file holidaydestination.html, then add an image link and email link in the document as shown here. Open the document on a web browser which will appear as shown here. Clicking on the image will open a new page and clicking on the Reach Us link will open an email service provider. The Marquee Tag. Have you ever noticed the content scrolling or moving on the screen of your television or computer? You definitely might have seen the news or advertisement scrolling or moving at the bottom or top of the screen. This is made possible due to certain coding. In HTML, you can make this specific content move up, down, left or right using the Marquee Tag. The Marquee Tag scrolls the text horizontally as well as vertically on a web page. It is container element. The syntax is marquee, close tag marquee. The various attributes of Marquee Tag are described here in this table. Example 8. To use Marquee Tag, follow the steps given here. Type the following HTML code to understand the functioning of Marquee Tag. Here, we are using text as well as image as marquee object. Save and open the HTML file. The output may look as shown here. Creating forms in HTML. In our lifetime, we definitely have filled some kind of forms. Generally, a form is used to collect information. Apart from paper forms, there are online forms too. Nowadays, almost every website has a form to collect certain information from the users. Consider the following example to understand the usage of form in a website. Suppose you visit an online shopping website. You added all the required items in the cart. Finally, you proceed to checkout. If you are new to the website, it prompts you to enter certain details about you, such as your name, address, and so on in a form. Here, you will learn how to create such a web page in HTML using forms. The form tag enables you to create a form in HTML. It is a container element. The form tag. To create an HTML form, the form tag is used. Syntax: form, HTML form, close tag form. The different form elements are text fields, radio buttons, password field, checkboxes, submit button, reset button. These mentioned form elements help collecting data from the users. These elements are defined between form tag and close form tag. The input tag. It is the most important form tag. The input tag is used to provide an input field where data can be entered within a form. The type attribute of input tag has various values, which are described here. Let us now learn more about the input tag and how to use the values mentioned in the table given here. Adding a text box. You can add a text box in a form using the text value of type attribute. This input element is used to define a single line text box by typing input type equals to text. You can use various attributes with the input tag in this case that are described here. Example 9. To add text boxes in a form, type the code given in the figure, save it as an HTML document, open it in a web browser. The output appears as shown here. Adding a checkbox. You can add a checkbox in an HTML form using the checkbox value of type attribute. It appears as a tiny square that acts as a toggle switch, which is used to select or deselect one or multiple options out of many. Type the code given in the figure. Save it as an HTML document. Open it in a web browser. The output appears as shown here. You can add a submit button in an HTML form using the submit value of type attribute. This form control is used to submit the form entries to the website. To define a submit button, type input type equals to submit. Reset button. You can add a reset button in an HTML form using the reset value of type attribute. Reset button is used to clear entries filled in the form and restore it to its original setting. It enables the users to enter fresh data. To define a submit button, type input type equals to reset. The various attributes that you can use with the input tag in these cases are described here. Type the code given in the figure. Save it as an HTML document. Open it in a web browser. The output appears as shown here. Creating a drop-down list on a form. You have seen various drop-down lists in different computer applications. Now, let us learn how to create a drop-down list in an HTML form. In HTML, to create a drop-down list on a form, select and option tags are used. The select tag defines a selection list in an HTML form. This tag is specified within the form tag. The option tag is connected to the select tag and is used to display a list of options. The select tag is a container element. Example 14. To create a drop-down list in a form, type the code given in the figure. Save it as an HTML document. Open it in a web browser. The output appears as shown here. Using the text area tag. Some part of a form might require detailed entry about any specific point. In such a case, the text area tag is used. This tag enables the users to enter multiple lines of text in a form. The attributes of text area are explained in this table. Type the code given here. Save it as an HTML document. Open it in a web browser. The output appears as shown here.